Question number 9, Scott Simpson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment and asks what new details of the Kermadec Ocean Sanctuary have been announced and how will these help protect the 620,000 square kilometres of the Pacific Ocean covered by this initiative?
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, yesterday the government announced the details of the bill to create the sanctuary that was announced by the Prime Minister at the United Nations in September. The bill provides for a new conservation board with responsibility for the sanctuary as well as the existing marine reserve and the nature reserves on the 5 Kermadec Islands. This integrated approach makes good sense, and given the size of this area being twice that of New Zealand's land, makes sense with its unique challenges for management to have a dedicated board. The second change is that we've tightened the dumping prohibitions and adjusted the scientific research provisions to maximise the protection while also making sure that it is compliant with New Zealand international law on the sea.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Scott Simpson.
To the Minister, what feedback has he had both domestically and internationally to the new Kermadec Ocean Sanctuary?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, the sanctuary has been widely welcomed and the Prime Minister's announcement was noted very positively in both the European and in North American media, partly because of the sheer scale of it being an area larger than the land area of France. The Pew Trust, that has advocated for ocean sanctuaries globally, has noted that New Zealand has set the gold standard with the Kermadecs and is a powerful international example. I've also welcomed the support of key organisations like Forest and Bird and WWF. They have acknowledged that it is a very significant global initiative and an extraordinary achievement for nature. The sanctuary increases New Zealand's area protected from 0.4% of our ocean space to 15.4%, i.e. this single sanctuary is 35 times larger than the existing 44 marine reserves that we have.
Further supplementary.
Supplementary question, Scott Simpson.
To the Minister, what particular species and special features will benefit from the protection of this new ocean sanctuary?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, the sanctuary is home to 6 million seabirds of 37 different species, 35 species of whales and dolphin, 3 species of sea turtle. It's the only area where sea turtles are found in New Zealand waters, all of which are endangered, as well as 150 species of fish. The extraordinary nature of the area is due to it being deeper than Mount Everest is tall and having the longest chain of underwater volcanoes anywhere in the world. The combination of the undersea volcanic activity and the extreme depths means that there are life forms and ecosystems found nowhere else on the planet, but which will be protected in perpetuity by this bill.
Supplementary question, Clayton Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. How does the government plan to feasibly protect the 620,000 square kilometres of proposed Kermadec Ocean Sanctuary effectively when there is only 1 frigate and 3 Orions which at best could fly over once a week, not to mention the 1 lonely dock worker working on Royal Island?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, firstly, because the member is incorrect about the number of dock staff that is on rail and in the Kermadecs, and secondly, because this is a government under Jerry Brownlee's leadership that has actually invested in the sort of defence capability that enables New Zealand to be able to secure an area of protection like the Kermadecs.
Supplementary.
Order. Order. Supplementary question, Marama Fox.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What consultation has there been with the 2 iwi with a statutory acknowledgement over their interests on the Kermadecs, and what changes have been made to the proposals as a consequence?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, I've had extensive discussions with both Ngāti Kuri and Tiapori, who have for many years supported the establishment of the sanctuary, and both with their input and the input of the Māori Party, we have provided for both those iwi having direct representation on the Conservation Board. I've also had representations that there are other iwi in New Zealand who have an interest in the Kermadecs, and so with the work of the member's colleague, Tuarau Flavel, we are providing for him to be able to also appoint someone to ensure that that broader and very deep historic interest that Māori have with the Kermadecs is also provided for in the way in which we are putting this unique area into permanent protection.
I think the member's had his supplement. One more. I apologise to the member. David Seymour.
By what quantity will this announcement change the total allowable catch under New Zealand's quota management system?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr. Speaker, I'm advised that there is about 20 tonne of fish per year that is taken in the Kermadecs area, and obviously that will be banned from the time. It will be an area of full protection from all forms of fishing. And secondly, there was an application for deep sea mining in the area, and the government's view has been that the area will also be fully protected from mining activities.
A Freudian slip. Question number 10, Dr. David.